Lesson 1-1, Rational Numbers. We're going to start off with some vocabulary. There's two vocabulary words. The first is rational number, all right, and that is just any number that can be written as a fraction with integers without a denominator of 0. So 1, 2, 3, all the counting numbers, negative numbers, any decimal number that doesn't go on forever and doesn't repeat. All of these are rational numbers. Okay, they're the things that we work with most times. Pi is not a rational number because it goes on forever and doesn't repeat. Right? And then the second one is relatively prime. A prime number is one that has factors that are just 1 and itself. So when we're talking relatively prime, we're talking about a fraction where the numerator and the denominator only have the factor 1 in common. So they can't both be even, they can't both be divisible by 3, or any number other than 1. Okay, concept 1, we're going to be talking about simplifying fractions. There's 3 main steps to simplifying fractions. Okay, the first one is to break down both the numerator and the denominator into a list of their factors. And to do this, I usually start off by trying to pull out the smallest numbers I can. So if it's an even number, like 24, then I know it's divisible by 2. 24 divided by 2, I can pull 1 2 out, and then what's left over is 12. So 12 is divisible by 2, so I pull out another 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. It's still even, so I know there's another 2 in there. So 6 divided by 2 is going to be 2, and it's going to have a 3, because 2 times 3 is 6. So we have all the factors of 24, and these will all be prime numbers. Okay, so 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, maybe even 13 or higher prime numbers, but you're never going to get an even number larger than 2 or a number that's divisible by anything but itself and 1. So we're going to do the same process with 66. 66 divided by 2 is going to be 33. So 33 is odd, so I know there's no other 2's that I can pull out of there, but it's 33, so I think I can pull a 3 out. 33 divided by 3, well, that's going to be 3 times 11. 11's also a prime number, so right there, I'm all done. I have all my factors of 66 and all my factors of 24. Now I'm going to cancel out shared terms. So any of these numbers that match, I'm going to cancel them out. But I can only cancel one number from the top with one number from the bottom. I can't say, oh, this one has a 2, so all these 2's cancel. I only get to cancel 1, 2 from each number. And then I see that I have 3's in common, so I'll cancel out a 3 from each number. I don't have any more numbers in common, so I know that I'm done canceling out terms, and I can rewrite the number that I have left, my simplified fractions, by just multiplying what I have left. So I have 2 times 2, which is going to give me 4 in my numerator, and all I have is 11 in the bottom, so my simplified version of 24 over 66 is 4 over 11. And that's all I have to do. Now there's a couple other cases for this. There might be times where you have a negative fraction. That negative sign just gets put back right where it started. So if it was in the numerator, it's going to end up in the numerator. If it's in the denominator, it'll end up in the denominator. All right? And the other case that kind of becomes tricky is if you cancel out all your other terms. So I canceled out every single number from my negative 24, If you do that, the number you're left with is a 1. Okay? So you can imagine that there's kind of a little shadow times 1 at the end of all of these. And if every other number gets canceled out, you just pull that one over. Okay, that's it for the first video. Next, we'll be doing video number 2.